Folks, I believe that love is the answer, but you ought to own a handgun just in case.
He's an elected official. He's a senator, and his just-in-case mentality that like, yeah, sure, love, but I'm weirdly vigorously stroking this gun. That's the real way that you save yourself. That's how you keep yourself safe. You keep the people around you safe. And you have heard that your whole life a million times over. If only everybody was packing all the time, you'd be totally safe, because if anybody ever committed a crime, everybody would just whip out their gun and start shooting. And clearly that is a recipe for safety. Well, it turns out that's actually not the case in a couple different ways. The first way has to do with stand your ground. So they made these laws where if you got this gun, somebody's messing with you or whatever, you don't have to retreat, just use it. I mean, you bought the thing, you might as well use it. It turns out, shockingly, that these sorts of laws have led to a lot of additional deaths, 700 additional deaths each year, increasing the number of gun deaths nationally by 8 to 11%. And so that's hundreds of additional people that died that wouldn't have otherwise died. You didn't actually in those situations need the gun to keep yourself safe. All it did was make the other person far less safe. Justifiable homicide, one of the ways that they sort of rhetorically play around with this thing. Those rates increased by 55% in states with those laws. So when you put those laws in, you see more of this justifiable homicide, okay? And in those states, you can keep that up for another second, the shootings of black victims by white shooters are 4 times as likely to be deemed justified than they would be if the roles were reversed. So in addition to just far more death happening, it is wildly manipulated by the racism inherent in the system. And so you're seeing a lot of that too. And I just want to let everybody know that this narrative from people like Kennedy, from the gun manufacturers, from the NRA, which are basically all the same thing, that we'll all be safer if we just all had guns. People don't actually buy that, including gun owners. And so concealed handguns, there was a study, create a climate of fear. That the gun industry itself has done research into this. They know that people don't feel safer when those around them have guns, but they continue to lie to you. And polls have been done, including of gun owners, that show this. So overall, 57% of the public, this is non-gun owners, say they feel less safe with more people having concealed guns. 28% of gun owners themselves feel less safe. 27% feel it has no impact whatsoever. So even among gun owners, the majority think it either does nothing to make people feel safer, or in fact makes them feel less safe. So this is just marketing, that's all it is. And the video that we showed you, that's not like Ruger putting out an ad or something. That's a US senator effectively telling everyone, go out there and buy more of the product that my donor produces. That's all it is. And sure, a bunch more people will probably die as a result of it, but I'll get more donations, they'll make more money. That is the dark blood sacrifice effectively that he's making right there. Apologies for going on. What do you think, Tori?
First of all, I just wish that this segment would go viral, and it will, because it's an amazing show, the Damage Report. But I just have to say that this study is like, you know how they say eggs cause cholesterol and people stop having eggs, and then they're like, eggs are good and people start eating eggs. It's like, I wish guns were the same level of, we find out that more guns make us less safe. Therefore, the rational thing to do is to create some more regulations around guns. And yet, for some reason, the gun happy America of stroking it in that weird sexual way that he was doing continues to just get false advertising. It's a lot like the opiates. Big pharma, take an opiate, feel better. They don't tell you that that'll get you hooked and getting more and more, and you'll feel worse and you'll feel worse. It's a bizarre lie that the NRA has built a huge lobby around and continues to push. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, John, but it's gonna take younger people who push this study in Congress. It's gonna take those with putting this up and understanding it. And again, I bring up Uvalde a lot. If they're guns save people, what happened in Uvalde? What happened when we have trained officials standing outside and we get more crossfire? We all know the studies. with more guns cause more bullets, cause more death. And yet we still manage to listen to lies and lies and lies from creepy old men who stroke their guns and have a bizarre relationship, not to their constituents, but to those who give them money from the NRA. So guns, I hope, will be the next issue. If I have a Democratic president, excuse me, I want a gun czar, so that advertisements like this and studies like this can go out to the general public. Will it change a gazillion minds? Maybe not. But will it change some and they will give up their guns? I hope so. I hope so. So I just hope this study gets pushed because it is the realism of having guns. And I hope it saves lives.